What is up, guys? Welcome back to Danger Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Last of Us. This one is going to be doing my full actual review now that it's been pretty much almost a week now, I think, since the game has come out. The Last of Us Part 2. I want to do a full review for the entire game now that I've played the whole thing. I want to give my thoughts. I want to kind of give my thoughts on just as much as I can about this game. My thoughts, what I liked, what I didn't like. We're going to talk about it. The Last of Us 2 video review. Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing my video review, my kind of recap, my rant, my thoughts, my review, whatever you want to call this, for The Last of Us 2. Now, this video is going to be very, very interesting for me because, you know, I have a lot of things to say about The Last of Us 2, and some that are really bad things about The Last of Us 2, and some things I actually maybe still enjoyed about this game. But this is definitely, without a doubt, honestly, one of the most disappointing games I've ever played. The amount of hype there was for this game, and what they delivered, I mean, honestly, I can't even with how this whole thing just went down. So we're going to discuss it. I'm going to try to make sure this video isn't too long because I know maybe some people don't want to talk about it for that long either, because honestly, I feel like there's a lot of people out there, and I've never seen this before. A lot of people out there just don't want anything to do with the Last of Us franchise ever. Now, I don't know if I'm at that point. If they ever do a Last of Us 3, I am going to check it out, but at the same time, I can definitely understand why people are upset about this game. It has a lot of flaws. It definitely does. It has a couple positives. I'll definitely also acknowledge that. But for the most part, this game is a disaster. I mean, honestly, you know, I was expecting, and, you know, maybe some people got their hopes up too high for The Last of Us 2. But I say that, but they also made us wait all these years for it too. Now, so of course people are going to get their hopes up because they've been waiting all these years, you know? And then you give them this, and I can't honestly. So anyway, before I get started, I want to just say for this video, looking back on The Last of Us 1, for the fans that did not see my review for The Last of Us 1, you will know I really enjoyed The Last of Us 1. I thought, and I still think that no matter how bad this game is, The Last of Us 2, it does not take away my enjoyment of The Last of Us 1. I could play The Last of Us 1 all the time, over and over again, and I would still love it. I would still love the story. I think it's amazing. The Last of Us 1 still stands alone, even after this, as an amazing game. And arguably one of the best stories ever. Now, that being said, that established, I'm sure people want to hear my thoughts about The Last of Us 2, so let's talk about that right now. So, okay, so, you know, this game really, it gets you, it does, and, you know, a good few scenes. It gets you, it makes you feel for the characters, it makes you feel sad, it makes you feel angry at certain characters, it makes you feel, you know, there's a lot of emotions as you're going through this whole game. So thank you, you know, for actually, the people that work on this game, I want to say a huge thank you for at least doing that, you know, because, and I'm just going to say, when the big moment happens, when the big character dies, and this is a spoiler warning for the game, by the way, when the big character dies in this game, you know, it is, they really get you what happens after that, when she's going through the house, and she's going through his things and stuff. You know, it got me. I choked up a little bit. I was like, wow, okay, they really got me on that. And I have to say, I'm very, very happy that they at least put a lot of care into kind of the reaction, the aftermath of, you know, let's just say it, Joel's death, which is the first thing I want to get into in this review. Okay. We have a huge time skip at the beginning of this game. We have a 4-year time skip, which I think is very cool. We have this, you know, this location. We have, you know, Tommy. We have everybody, you know, everything's going good. It's the winter time. We have a winter storm that hits. You know, Ellie, she has, you know, a new girlfriend now, it looks like, and, I really enjoy the little comedy scenes with them playing, you know, snow fights with the kids and stuff. I love all that stuff. Like, when I was watching all that stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? This is actually really, really good. I like this whole thing. I think this is a really good start to the game, and I was really excited. And then they introduce Abby and Owen and you know, the rest of the characters. And I was okay with them at first. I was like, okay, they're good characters. You know, this is pretty cool. They're introducing new characters. I was still on board on this game. And then they do the big moment. They kill Joel. And obviously, this is something now, listen, they obviously make it pretty clear when you play as Abby later on in the game on why she killed Joel, why she did what she did. And I mean, her father died right there. Joel killed her father and all this type of stuff. I get it. They want us to care for Abby when we're playing as her, and we spend all this time with her character later on in the game, which I can't believe they even did that. But and that's my biggest problem with it, is that we spent too much time with the Abby character. I'll never understand why they did that. And I heard a lot of people saying as well that they skipped the Abby stuff because they just didn't want to go through the whole thing. Like, they didn't want to sit through the whole Abby stuff. Nobody wanted to, see what her story is because nobody gives a crap. You're not going to forgive her no matter what. She killed the Rick Grimes, pretty much. There's a Walking Dead connection for you guys. She killed the Rick Grimes, basically, of The Last of Us. That's basically what she did. No one is going to care for her. Nobody's going to care for her. And honestly, I don't care. And I mean, honestly, it's a good example. There's still a lot of people in The Walking Dead that don't like Negan because he killed Glenn, and a lot of Glenn fans, they're never going to get over that. And I don't blame the Glenn fans because you're not going to like Negan almost no matter what he does because he killed your favorite character, I know a lot of people feel that way, and I get that, but honestly, this is a situation where, Abby killed my favorite character, so I'm never gonna forgive her. I don't care what her backstory is. I get why she did it, and I appreciate they gave us a backstory on why she was doing what she's doing, but at the same time, you're never gonna get the fans to care emotionally about her. You're not gonna do that. I'm sorry. I don't think you're gonna do that, at least not with many people, and that's just the honest truth. And now I want to talk about Joel's death. Listen, I think it was good when it comes to how it was done. I think the way they did it, the emotional Ellie trying to get there in time. Listen, they got me with that. They really got me in the feels. But, it's the death itself. I just don't understand why they did it and why they did it so darn early in the game, too, It's something I'll never understand. It's something I'll never get behind on. And honestly, when they make fans wait all these years and you kill a character like this off, not even 2 hours into the game, you've already failed. Honestly, I'm sorry to say you've already failed. It's just the honest truth. Now, listen. Okay, so the rest of this game is basically about Ellie, trying to get revenge, trying to kill Abby and the rest of the characters that were responsible, And then you also have the other point in the game where you play as Abby. Then you also have, kind of everything that goes down between the two of them. And you also have the flashback scenes between Joel and Ellie back a couple years back. And we saw a lot of those, when Joel takes her to the museum, which I thought was really cool, on her birthday. The scene where Joel tells her the truth about the Fireflies, and at the end of, the first part or whatever, he tells Ellie the truth, and Ellie kind of has to take a minute, and then she kind of walks away from Joel. Really great scenes, and I have to say, I may have enjoyed the flashback scenes with Ellie and Joel more than most of the current timeline in this game with Ellie and then Abby and everything they did with her character. I think, honestly, I could have taken it or left it, honestly. And the other thing about this game, and Brian Hakeem, a good friend of mine, he did tell me this too. He said, the game, it feels like it takes forever to end. It feels like it just won't end. And that is a big problem with this game. If you have a bunch of fans that feel like the game is dragging, it's taking forever, and they want it to be done, you have a problem. That's all I'm saying. Your game has a huge problem, and you either need to fix it or end it where it is. Because honestly, when I hear that, I was like, when I heard Brian Hakeem said that, I was like, you know what? I completely relate to that. Honestly, when we were getting near the end of the game, I wanted it to be over. And that's something really sad because when I was starting this game, I didn't want it to end ever. I was like, wow, this is so cool. This is so cool. And then they killed Joel. The stuff with Ellie trying to get revenge I thought was okay at best. We find out the girlfriend's pregnant. It's not Ellie's. It's the other boyfriends, the ex-boyfriends and stuff like that. Fine, Yeah, anyway, I don't like the whole thing with, Abby versus Ellie. I like it when it comes to kind of getting revenge, but the way it ends, I mean, can we please talk about that? Listen, it made the whole game feel like a waste of time when you just end it like that, And, just the way it goes and the fact that now you have Abby and she's, like, out there and oh my god, honestly, all this game, all these hours you made me waste, and then she doesn't even kill her. I can't get behind it. I can't. It's that simple. I just can't get behind the whole thing. And we have a time skip at the end of it. I'm not even going to cover the Abby stuff because I just really don't care. I really just don't care about Abby as a character at all. And we basically have, you know, a couple fights between, Abby and, you know, Ellie. They fight a couple times throughout this game. And we also have, you know, and I do like the whole Ellie trying to run after Abby throughout the whole game, and she just kind of can't catch up to her. She tries to find out where she is throughout all of this time, and she just kind of can't find her for a long time throughout the game. I like that. I think that's a cool aspect of, like, just where on earth is she, you know? But at the same time, it's like, man, you could have really trimmed some of that, honestly. I feel like a lot of that you could have, like, honestly, I feel like what I should have done, and I'm being honest right here, I'm saying the honest truth, I should have played the whole, you know, all the stuff up until Joel's death, and then read a recap. Honestly, I should have done that, because honestly, this was a waste of time, and I wasted all these hours when I could have been doing something else, you know. I could have been doing a lot of, you know, other things with my time. And the ending of this game, basically, you know, you have, Ellie, and I like the whole guitar thing, you know, kind of how that comes back from the end of the game or whatever, and I really like the Joel flashbacks. I think it's all really good, and at the end, she can't really play the guitar because she's missing, you know, fingers and stuff. It's really sad, but I just, by the time the game was over, I was more so just like, like, thank God. Like, I was like, wow, like, okay, it's over. I shouldn't have reacted that way. I shouldn't have been that way with this game. But I was. And I know a lot of people can back me up on this. And if people don't back me up, listen, don't, you know, attack me because you think the game was amazing. Listen, just plead your case below. Let me know if you like this game, because if I'm being honest, I'm going to end this video right now. I'm going to say this game is a 4 out of 10, and I know that's a very terrible score for some people. I think that 4 out of 10 is the whole Joel Ellie flashback, really getting you in the feels. When he dies, you are emotionally attached to him. You do not want to let that character go, and you want revenge on Abby just like Ellie does. So I like all that stuff. But at the same time, there are problems with it. Why is Abby taking so much of the time in this game? Why are things like this happening? Why did the game end the way it ended? Honestly, to me, it really felt like a waste of time by the time I was done the game. I should have read a recap. I should have done something just different aside from just sit through this whole thing, because honestly, I am never going to go back and play this game again. I'm never going to go back and watch any of this stuff again, and honestly, it's just not a game that I really want to go back and see, because honestly, The Last of Us 1, it is. I could go back and see The Last of Us 1 right now, and I could compliment that. Just everything about it. Honestly, everything about it I could compliment. This, I'm sorry to say, this is a pretty dramatic, you know, change from The Last of Us 1 being a 10 out of 10 in my review, and The Last of Us 2 being a 4 out of 10. But that just says how bad the game really was. That's all I can say. You know, you guys know I'm very honest when it comes to my videos, and if there's something I don't like, I'm going to say it. For any Last of Us super fans, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry to upset you with this review. I did not like this game, and if you like this game, leave some comments down below. Also, if you, you know, didn't like this game, also let me know in the comment section below, you know? I want to hear all that stuff from you guys. So anyway, guys, that is my thoughts. I don't know if I'm going to ever do another Last of Us video again. I don't know if I even really want to be honest. You know, if I do another Last of Us video, maybe it's because, you know, either an announcement for Last of Us 3 or I don't know, something like that. But, you know, don't expect many other videos for The Last of Us on this channel going forward. I'm just saying. I was really wanting to do a lot of, you know, discussion topics based off of The Last of Us 2. I was really excited to talk about it, and now I have no motivation to talk about any of this stuff, aside from this review and just kind of recapping it the way I did, to be honest. So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. I'm very sorry about this review, guys. I just did not like The Last of Us 2. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I did. But, you know, like I said, I want to hear your opinions about it in the comment section below. So, anyway, guys, if you're new here, guys, click the subscribe button to miss any other videos coming up very soon, of course. I don't know about The Last of Us, so that's why I said, you know, not, you know, no Last of Us videos, but, you know, we'll see. If anybody wants to see any Last of Us videos, let me know, but I can't make any promises. I can't really promise anything, because honestly, I am just so frustrated with this game right now, it's not even funny. So, anyway, guys, of course, follow Dance Walking Reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for some more videos really soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.